Hello and welcome to AM Guitar with me, Anjay. Today I'm going to start a new series called Guitar Stories, and it's going to start with the story of Loretta. Now, I am 45 in a couple of weeks' time, and it occurred to me that I've been playing guitar for almost exactly 30 years at this point. So I wanted to do a little series of stories about guitars I've owned, gear I've owned, funny little anecdotes. So if that's interesting to you, make sure you hit subscribe and button and the bell and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I thought I'd start with Loretta. And Loretta's story starts in 2018. I've not been doing YouTube for very long, and I've decided that I really, really, really want a new guitar for my 40th birthday. So my wife said to me, right, you've got a budget of £500-ish, find me something I can buy. Brilliant. So I've been doing some research. I've been using the coil split on my existing guitars quite a lot. So I have still actually my 21st birthday present, which was a Tanglewood Pioneer Les Paul type guitar, and I had an LGX, Godin LGX. So I started doing some research on Telecasters, but I'd also always really, really wanted a PRS, and I was also quite interested in Chapman guitars, the Rob Scallon Signature Edition. So I started my guitar journey, as I often do, in Andertons, which is not very far from me. And I played some PRSs. I found a lovely kind of swamp ash guitar. And also there's a green one. I can't remember what the green's called, but I know Shane from In the Blues has one, and it's my favourite PRS colour. And I also tried the Rob Scallon Signature Edition. And unfortunately, they were so badly set up and in such bad condition at Andertons, they were unplayable. So it put me off straight away. So I left Andertons, as I usually do. I must admit, I very rarely buy anything from Andertons. It's quite a shame. And I went to Guitar in Epsom. And I played a few guitars around there. There were loads to choose from. And I started looking at some classic vibes. And I wasn't too keen on the neck on a classic vibe because they're very sticky. And then I saw this. And it's a Redline Noir Special Edition 2017, made in Mexico. And I just fell in love with it instantly. And here's a picture of me actually playing it for the first time. And the neck was great. It was satin. It was this matte black, which for YouTube is great because it doesn't reflect too much. And it just felt and sounded lovely. So I said to my wife, right, this is the guitar I want. I've fallen in love. That's the one. So she went off and found one because actually by then Guitar had sold it. I think she ended up getting it from Northwest Guitars. She actually got my friends to crowdsource some of the funds for it as well as part of my birthday present. And then on my 40th birthday, in a picture here of me being given this guitar, and sort of the first time I'm holding up Loretta. And it's been love ever since. So 5 years, this has been my number one guitar. Now she's undergone some changes over the last 5 years. There have been some upgrades and some bits and pieces that have had to be modified slightly for my play style. So the first thing was the neck. I've sanded off the neck because even satin I felt I prefer the feel of just natural wood. She now has a Rock Rabbit slanted control plate. There is an orange drop capacitor in there. Last year I changed the bridge over to a standard kind of ashtray bridge with brass barrels rather than the 6-saddle bridge. And also the pickups had to be changed, not through choice. The neck pickup died, so this has got some iron gears in it. But still, 5 years later, this is my favourite guitar to play. This is the one that gets picked up the most. She's gigged with me, she's rehearsed with me, she's recorded with me. And yeah, just Loretta is one of the loves of my life at this stage. That is Loretta's story. Now, what I really want out of this series is I'm going to tell you some of my stories, but I really want to see your stories in the comments or videos you've done. Link your videos into the comments to tell me your stories about the gear that you've had over the years. In an upcoming video, I'll tell you about my first ever guitars. My £6 acoustic guitar from a car boot sale, my rack delay unit, which was my first ever effect, and other things like that I've had over the years that are interesting. Like I said, like and subscribe and hit the bell, and please do. This is all about a conversation with you guys. Put some stuff in the comments. Tell me about your first gear and your guitar stories and kind of your loves and losses over the years. But until next time, I will see you again soon. Cheers.